Hello. I wonder how many of you know what that object is. I bought this in a charity store. The lady that sold it to me didn't know what it was. I had to explain to her what it was. I knew what it was straight away because I had one already. And she was amazed when I told her what it was. Quite crudely made. Got some, there you can see that, some decoration down the side. I can't remember what I paid for it now. It's pittance, I'm sure. If you were to say what it looks like, some kind of pipe, I can tell you, you wouldn't get much tobacco in in there. A couple of draws on that and it would be out. I mean, here's a normal pipe. Not that I smoke, I don't smoke, this just sits in my cabinet. It's a normal pipe. So that's totally different. But if you were to say, well, yeah, it's a pipe, then obviously what you're going to put in the end you don't want very much of. Well, the fact of the matter is, I'm looking at this now, it's quite crudely made, this. It's very, very crudely made. But works, I assume it works. I haven't tried it, nor would I. Because the fact of the matter is, it's an opium pipe for smoking opium. Which is why the bowl part is not very big, because you don't want very much. A couple of draws on that, and you're smacked out of your head. But there goes my phone. But found by me in a charity store, and I've seen them go for a few pounds on eBay. I knew what it was because I have one previous. This one, which is Chinese, it's got Chinese characters on it, made of brass and bamboo. I have to say, infinitely better quality than this one. But an interesting, quirky little object, an opium pipe. And I am told that saffron is now more expensive than opium, and that farmers in Afghanistan are now growing saffron in preference to opium. Particularly on the lowlands of Afghanistan, they're growing saffron and not opium, which is fantastic, because they get more money, which is good for them. So there you are, something I bought in the charity store. Once we're in that part of the world, Afghanistan and Asia, I suppose you call it, in the same charity store, I found this. Hopefully you can see that. My light's shining on it a bit. Hopefully you can see that gentleman there. The lady that sold it to me, been on my wall, it's very dusty. The lady that sold it to me said all she knew about it was that it had come off a yacht. So I'm thinking, well, it must have been a reasonably well-to-do yacht to have a picture like that on the wall or cabin wall or whatever. And so I thought, I wonder who that guy is. So I bought it because I liked it. I thought, that's a quirky picture. It'll go on my wall in my apartment. And I'm thinking, I wonder who that guy was. I wonder how I'm going to find out. So I went on Google and typed in pictures of Indian princes. And couldn't find a thing. So then I went and typed in pictures of Maharajas. And up came a whole raft of pictures. And I'm flicking through, and there he was, the very guy. And I can tell you that this gentleman, sorry for the poor quality of the pictures, it's the light reflecting off the glass, but I can tell you that that gentleman is Umaid Singh of Jaipur, and he was born in 1903 and died in 1947. So that would make it, yeah, he was 43 when he died. I think he died about 1947, and he was only 43. Which is not a great age to live to, the same age as my father actually. And he was very well to do with the Prince of Wales, who was later to become the infamous Edward VIII, who abdicated. So Umaid Singh of Jaipur. I can imagine that photograph being taken by some guy with a huge wooden tripod with a box on it and a blanket over his head, a sheet over his head, in sort of early days of photography. But two nice, interesting objects found in a charity store. I can't remember what I gave for that picture. I should write stuff down, really, what I pay for things. I don't think it was a lot. I don't think it was a huge amount, but I bought it because I liked it, and it sits on my wall, Umaid Singh of Jaipur. So, thank heavens for Google. Without Google, we wouldn't know who the gentleman is. Yeah, two nice, quirky objects from a charity store. Cheerio.